this is James Melendez, James the Wine Guy, here to talk about wines from Alsace. Now, an example here is I always try to have a prop and ready to go and talk about. This is a wine that I will talk about and feature in another video. This is from Domaine Aliment Lagnier, and I met Nicolas Lagnier, and this is May 2012. And for me, it was a real pleasure to meet someone so brilliantly nice, and knowing this is a 10th generation family domain is pretty amazing. And it's not uncommon for this area to have that. It's an area that's close to Switzerland, it's close to Germany, has that long affiliation with Germany, and you'll see in a lot of names on the map here. This is a very, it's a very narrow valley, but a very lengthy one as well. So you have mainly white grapes grown in this region, and for example, this is, you'll see on the back of this is getting just a little bit of information. It's Oschweiler in, I'll bring that a little closer so you can see the spelling of that, Oschweiler, France. And that would be in the middle section, about in this area here. And I think it's just fantastically nice to have that lineage and to have that heritage mark of wonderful grapes being grown in this region. So again, small growing region, you have about 15,298 hectares, 37,800 acres. Only 25% of these wines are exported. That means that 75% of France and the Alsace region are consuming their own wines, and that's pretty amazing. I'm really glad to have wines from this region. Stellar, beautiful signatures. The three largest grapes represent about 55% of the production, which is Riesling, Gewürztraminer, and Pinot Gris. You have other wines being produced in this region as well. You have Auxerrois Blanc, Pinot Noir, the only red grape, Pinot Blanc, Chardonnay, and a very small degree of Chasselas. You do have some Muscat and Sylvaner. The sparkling wine, the Cremant d'Alsace, so you can't call it champagne, obviously. You would call it Cremant, Cremant from the region, Cremant d'Alsace. And I think that this wine region is really, has been respectable for a long time. I think a lot of people, people who are directing wine at restaurants, at retail stores, have often, but not always, a selection of wines from this region. I definitely find that on wine lists in New York, less so the further any direction outside of New York, at least in the United States, that I go. But I'm seeing that more often. I go to my wine merchants and say, do you have any wines from Alsace? What do you have? And so it's nice to see a really small producer like this that is being distributed in the United States in small stores, being picked up in restaurants as well. So it's a fantastic place. I'll do a wine review of its own video. I do believe that that's so important. Every wine deserves its own video. So I'll do that at another time. And, you know, this is just absolutely gorgeously stunning to see this countryside and the beauty in this region. I think here you get to see some characteristics of this, and especially the beautiful architecture that's there. It's almost like a very, very German architecture for this region, and it's just giving back that homage of being once part of Germany. So for more wine reviews, please go to jamesthewineguy.com. Please subscribe to my videos on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Vimeo, Google+, Pinterest. Salud.